Introduction. India is the seventh largest country in the world in terms of area. It covers 3.28 million square kilometers with a population of more than 1 billion. It is known for its enormous natural diversity, wonderful landscape and glorious monuments. It occupies a large part of South Asia. In this chapter, we will travel from one part of the country to the other and gain an insight about its distinctive features. India. Location. India is bounded by the Arabian Sea on the southwest and the Bay of Bengal on the southeast. On a physical map of India, it is clearly visible that these are extensions of the Indian Ocean which lies to the south of India. One-third, about 7,500 kilometers of India's border is coastline. This also includes India's islands. India is located in the northern hemisphere. The mainland of India extends from Kanyakumari in the south at about 8 degrees 4 minutes north to Kashmir in the north at about 37 degrees 6 minutes north, about 3,210 kilometers. It extends from the Rann of Kutch in the west at about 68 degrees 7 minutes east to Arunachal Pradesh in the east at about 97 degrees 25 minutes east, about 2,900 kilometers. Neighbors of India: Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar are the countries bordering India. The island country of Sri Lanka off the southeast coast of India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, India and Bangladesh together form a huge landmass commonly referred to as the Indian subcontinent. It is cut off from the rest of Asia by the lofty Himalayas in the north and adjacent mountain ranges that run along the west and the east. The Himalayas also act as a barrier and protect the country from the icy cold winds of Central Asia. The two seas surrounding the Indian landmass help to keep temperatures warm. Political divisions. There are 29 states and 7 union territories in India. The political map of India shows the boundaries of India's states and union territories and the area each unit covers. It also shows the state capitals and other major cities. Rajasthan is the largest and Goa is the smallest state in India. The states are further divided into districts. Physical divisions. India has a wide range of landforms. On a physical map of India, one can see mountains, plateaus and plains which are crisscrossed by rivers and their tributaries. India can be divided into 5 distinct physical regions: the northern mountains, the northern plains, the peninsular plateau, the coastal plains and islands. The northern mountains. The Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world. This chain of mountains stretches for about 2,400 kilometers from Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. These mountains vary in width from 240 kilometers at places to about 320 kilometers. At the western and eastern ends, smaller ranges branch southward from the Himalayas. This mountain chain is made up of 3 parallel ranges: the Greater Himalayas, the Lesser Himalayas and the Outer Himalayas. In between these ranges, you will find beautiful valleys such as Kashmir and Kullu. The Greater Himalayas, also called Himadri, are the highest mountains with an average height of above 4,877 meters. The highest peaks are found in this range: Mount Everest, 8,850 meters on the Nepal-China border; Kanchenjunga, 8,586 meters on the Indo-Nepal border; and Nanda Devi, 7,820 meters in Uttarakhand. This range is permanently covered with snow and has glaciers like the Siachen, Gangotri and Yamunotri. People travel through passes such as Nathula and Jalepla, through Darjeeling on the Indo-Tibet border, and Shipkila through Himachal Pradesh on the India-China border. The Outer Himalayas, or the Shivaliks, form the lowest range with an average height of 900 meters to 1,500 meters. This range lies between the northern plains and the lesser Himalayas. The outer Himalayas are dotted with flat valleys or dunes in between, such as Dehradun. These valleys are highly populated. Can you guess why? In Kashmir, the Pir Panjal range runs southwest of the Himalayas along the Kashmir Valley. In the northeast, you will find lower hills such as the Garo, Khasi, and Jantia Hills between Assam and Bangladesh, and the Naga Hills between India and Myanmar. The northern plains. You will find the vast northern plains that stretch south of the Himalayas from west to east for about 2,400 kilometers. This region lies between the Himalayas in the north and the Peninsular Plateau in the south. These plains are formed by the river systems of the Ganga, the Indus, and the Brahmaputra. These are densely populated areas. The Ganga plain forms the main part of the northern plains. It is drained by the river Ganga and its tributaries such as the Yamuna, Gandak, Gomti, Kosi, and Son. The Ganga starts at the Gangotri Glacier in the Greater Himalayas and then runs through the Lesser Himalayas before entering the plains, where it flows slowly. It flows through Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and West Bengal. The river then flows into Bangladesh, where it is known as the Padma. The Indus Plain lies in India and Pakistan. In India, it forms the western part of the northern plains. This plain is drained by the tributaries of the Indus, the Ravi, Beas, and Satluj, covering Punjab and Haryana. The Brahmaputra plain forms the northeastern part of the northern plains, covering Assam. This plain is drained by the Brahmaputra and its tributaries, such as the Subansiri and Dhansiri. It enters Bangladesh, where it is called the Meghna, joins the Ganga, and finally flows into the Bay of Bengal. A part of the delta formed by the Ganga and Brahmaputra in Bangladesh extends into West Bengal. The Peninsular Plateau. This region, also known as the Deccan Plateau, lies to the south of the northern plains. It has an average height of 300 meter to 760 meter and slopes down from west to east. A peninsula is a piece of land surrounded by water bodies on three sides. As this region is surrounded by sea on three sides, it is also called the Peninsular Plateau. There are two distinct areas, the Malwa Plateau in the north and the Deccan Plateau in the south. The Malwa Plateau is bounded by the Aravalli Range in the northwest, while the Vindhya Range marks the southern boundary. To the south of the Vindhyas lies the Deccan Plateau. The Western Ghats run along the western edge of the Deccan Plateau. These are continuous chains of high mountains, with the Sahyadris in the north and the Nilgiris, Annaimalai, and Cardamom Hills in the south. The highest peak of the Western Ghats is Annaimudi at 2,695 meters. It is also the highest point in South India. The coastal plain and islands. These are narrow plains that run along the Arabian Sea in the west and the Bay of Bengal in the east and border the Peninsular Plateau. The coastal plains are known as the Konkan Coast in the north and the Malabar Coast in the south. Goa, on the western coastal plains, Konkan Coast is a very popular tourist spot known for its beaches. On the eastern coastal plains, Coromandel Coast, Mahabalipuram is famous for its beaches and ancient temples. The western coastal plains are marked by salty marshes in the northwest. In the northwest, Gujarat, Kochi, a popular port on the western coastal plains, Malabar Coast, is also known as the Queen of the Arabian Sea. India's islands lie in two groups, to the southwest and southeast of the mainland. The Andaman Islands, situated in the Bay of Bengal, consist of 204 islands with hills and narrow valleys, while the Nicobar Islands have 19 islands, of which some are covered by corals and some by hills. The Lakshadweep Islands are coral islands. Only 11 of the 36 islands are inhabited by people. The word Lakshadweep means 100,000 islands in Sanskrit. The Great Indian Desert. The desert region of India lies to the west of the northern plains in western Rajasthan, known as the Thar Desert. It is characterized by a vast sandy surface, few hills, and shifting sand dunes. This desert extends into Pakistan. It is bounded on the east by the Aravalli Range, on the south by the Run of Kutch, and on the west by the Indus River. The Aravalli Hills divide Rajasthan into two parts. The western part of Rajasthan is the Great Indian Desert. Its soil is composed of sand, hard rocks, and sand dunes. It is about 500 km long and 250 km wide.